Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start today's video off with our current reigning Arnold Classic champion, former Mr. Olympia Hadi Choopan, who is officially in the USA as 6 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. And this is great news. The earlier Hadi can get here, the better. In case you guys don't know, in the past, there have been some instances where Hadi got to the USA very late, and that affected his look on the first day of the Mr. Olympia, causing him to lose a little bit of ground. But Hadi always looks great on the second day, but hopefully he can look great on the first and second day this year. And in this video, Hadi Choopan is rowing 198-pound dumbbells, which Panada had to specifically make for him, and Hadi said he needs even heavier dumbbells. Form also looks great, by the way. This year's Olympia is truly going to be a battle. Again, I think it's going to be between Hadi and Derek Lunsford. Speaking of Derek Lunsford, he posted up another training update, and Derek is really highlighting the detail in the upper body throughout his training, which is letting me know Derek hears all the noise. Everyone wants to see more detail in the upper body, and that is what he is trying to bring to this year's show. Hopefully this translates to the stage, but honestly, what we're seeing in the gym doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see this on this year's Olympia stage. But the current champ has had a full year off to improve, more time off than anyone else who probably will be placing within the top 5. I'm expecting something special, and at 6 weeks out, Derek is pushing extremely hard. Now next up, we have a recent physique update from Samson Dauda, and looking at all of Samson's recent updates going into this year's O, I truly believe he is bigger and also more conditioned than he has been at, let's say, 6 weeks out from this year's Arnold Classic. And a lot of drama was surrounding Samson around that Arnold Classic. He ended up leaving Milos. He said his wife had been prepping him since last year's Prague Pro, and now people are even questioning if Samson's wife is his real coach. But to me, none of that really matters. Samson's physique is still moving forward. Whoever is coaching this guy, I think they're doing one hell of a job. Now next up, we have a recent physique update from the man, the myth, the Mona Lisa, Andrew Jacked. And this is a guy that a lot of people are looking forward to seeing at this year's Mr. Olympia. I've heard everything from Andrew is going to win to Andrew is going to be in 5th place. He still needs to be better from the side and from the back. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your prediction for Andrew at this year's Mr. Olympia? I think he does have Mr. Olympia potential, but there are some things that still needs to be worked on. This year's show is going to be one hell of a Mr. Olympia, and I don't think we're going to see too many updates from Andrew, probably just training updates. He's been pretty quiet overall this year. And next up, we have a recent physique update from Mohamed Foda, who will also be competing in this year's Olympia. And in the caption of this post, he said that him and Stefan, Boss of Outlaw, have a different plan going into this year's O. They're going to continue to push food and not really worry about the conditioning right now. Now, if this was anyone other than Boss of Outlaw, maybe Honey Rambot, I would be worried, but I've seen what Stefan can do. But hearing that, I'm going to assume that Fuda's back may look a little bit better when he's a little bit heavier, because that's his one major weakness. But we'll get to see him in just 6 weeks. I'm hoping this guy can sneak into the top 10 or at least be close. Now, another guy that could potentially sneak into the top 10 or be close is Akim Williams, and it looks like he's actually crunching down on his abs in this front double, and I think I actually prefer this execution a little bit more than Akim extending his waist. But this front double just looks crazy. I mean, if you didn't know his prior competition history, you would definitely have this guy in the top 10. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your expectations for Akim Williams? If Akim is 100% versus a guy like Mo Foda, I think Akim would get the nod. Now let's switch over to 212. Keone Pearson literally just posted this update as I'm recording this video. Very transparent at 6 weeks out from this year's Olympia. And as you guys know, conditioning is something that Keone has struggled with over the years, pretty much up until he started working with Patrick Tour. The conditioning that Keone has right now is better than I've seen him have on stage at times. I mean, you could even argue this is slightly better than what he brought to prejudging at last year's Olympia. Keone was a lot more conditioned at the night show when he was in that top 2 and really got the confidence going, came back a lot better. It's going to be tough to beat this guy, but there's no telling what Clarita is going to bring. Clarita's also very, very tough to beat, but Clarita doesn't have the structure of a Keone Pearson. Now let's switch over to Classic Physique. We have an update from Branch Chen Kang, but I'm not sure if this is a recent update. The caption of this post said this prep was a month and a half ago, so it's either from now or from a month and a half ago. But this guy has been as high as 5th at the Classic Physique Olympia, and last year was actually his lowest placing at 14th. As you guys can see, this guy has the potential. He's already been in the top 5. He needs to bring the conditioning, and also the back has been an issue. It looks like it's a little bit better, but if we're talking about top 5, he needs to improve on that. Going into this year's I truly just hope he brings the conditioning. I think if this guy can get into the top 8, it would be a big win. But even top 10 is a win nowadays. Every division is so competitive. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this legendary bodybuilder? And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. And if you have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Keone from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.